Hello there! Today we are going to talk about angles. Objective, measure angles to the closest degree. A protractor is used to measure angles. You will be making a paper one just like this in class. There are lots of different kinds of angles. The first one you see pictured is called acute. This type of angle is less than 90 degrees. Notice it's really small. It almost looks like our less than, greater than signs. The next kind of angle is called a right angle. This is the same as a 1/4 or quarter turn, and it is exactly 90 degrees. The next type of angle you might see is called straight. This is a half turn, and that means it is exactly 180 degrees. It looks like a straight line. That is a half turn. The next type of angle is called obtuse. An obtuse angle falls right in between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. So it is a little bigger than a right angle, but it is smaller than a straight angle. It comes right in the middle, and you'll see that pictured here. The next type of angle we have is a reflex angle. This means that it is an angle that is greater than 180 degrees. That means larger than our straight angle, but it is also less than 360 degrees. That means smaller than one full turn. So that means it's in between straight and a full turn. And then of course we have our full angle, which is a full rotation all the way around, which would be 360 degrees. Let's measure some angles. What you see is angle C. There's a curved arrow which shows which way the angle is turning. So this angle starts at the top and it is turning to the right in a clockwise direction. If I want to go ahead and measure angle C, it looks like it's a 90-degree angle, but we need to make sure by measuring. I would take my angle measurer and I'm going to line it up with the side of the angle that did not move. I also want to take the very middle of my angle measurer and put it right on the vertex of my angle. All right, there it is, and we just have to make sure the 0 mark is lined up right with the top of our angle. And then the other thing we have to do to measure this angle is pay attention to the turn. It's turning clockwise, so I'm going to read down my measurements this way, and I'm going to look where the other side of my angle comes out. It comes out right at 90 degrees. So this is a 90-degree right angle. All right, everyone, let's try another one. So I'm going to take my angle measurer and I'm going to put the center of it right over the vertex of the angle, right about there. Here's the vertex of the angle, and it's also the center of my circle. Now the other thing I have to do is make sure that my 0-degree marker is lined up with the part of the angle that did not move. I'm going to follow my arrow around and I'm going to look at where the other side of the angle came out. Notice this side of the angle is lined up with 315 degrees. So this angle is a 315 degree angle. All right, let's try measuring angle Y. Again, I want to take the very center of my angle measurer and move it over to the vertex of the angle. Just like this. And then it just so happens that my measurer is right at 0, but sometimes that's not the case. And I'm not sure which direction the angle was turning. We'll assume it's turning clockwise again. And this time I want to look and see how big this angle is. So here's the part that did not move. It's on 0. I'm going to go in a clockwise direction around the circle, and I'm going to look where the other half of my angle came out. Notice this time it is in between two different numbers. It is in between 225 degrees and it is in between 270 degrees. So we could estimate and say, well, it looks like about a 235 degree angle maybe. But in your math journal, you will actually have a space to write the two different measurements that this angle is in between. So we would say angle Y is in between 225 degrees and 270 degrees. We will end with a YouTube video about angles. Enjoy!